Today we're going to have a look on the Tesla Model 3, which can be opened with a key card instead of a key. To unlock the car, you simply have to hold this key card against the B-pillar and the car is being unlocked. And then we grab this futuristic door handle, open the door, close it again to show you how the car is being closed. You simply hold the key card against the B-pillar again and the car is closed. So let's enter the car and have a closer look on the interior and the display. Now we're inside the Tesla Model 3, and to start the vehicle you have to hold this key card at a certain place in the center console, which is here. And if you don't do this, you get an advice on the display, otherwise you can't drive off. The Tesla Model 3 has probably the most reduced interior that you can find in a vehicle on the market. The vehicle's got almost no physical buttons except the ones to open and close the door or the window. And on the steering wheel are the only physical buttons to control the display. Those two rollers can be tilted to the left and to the right and can be pushed down. Even the positions of the steering wheel or the rearview mirrors can be adjusted via those two buttons. There's a lever for the indicators and gear shift, and the rest takes place in the center display, which has a size of 15 inch in diameter, which is the same size as the head unit in the Volkswagen Touareg. On the left side there's kind of an instrument cluster, which in other cars is in front of the driver, of course. Here you will find everything regarding the gear, the speed, the range, as well as information on the vehicle, of course. Down here are some shortcuts. We will have a closer look on this later on. And on the right side there's a large map, which is kind of the head unit area, where you can find all the typical features like navigation or media, etc. And the entire center console offers a huge compartment, 2 cup holders and an armrest with another compartment, but there is no physical button to be found at all. So then we're going to switch off the vehicle. There is no start-stop button actually, so we're simply going to exit the vehicle. Then we simply are holding the key card against the B-pillar again, and the display is turning black immediately. Now let's have a look on the 2 hard keys on the steering wheel. Those are 2 rollers that can be both moved up and down. You can tilt them to the left and to the right, and you can push them down. The left button can be used to adjust the volume, and you can push it down to mute. And the button is furthermore used for things like adjusting the steering wheel or the position of the mirrors. The right button is used to adjust the distance to the leading vehicle when using the active cruise control, or to, when you push it down, activate the speech control. We're not going to do this now, so I simply click on it to go back. And that was basically it regarding the 2 buttons on the steering wheel. Behind the steering wheel there are 2 levers. The left one is for windscreen wiper indicators and for activating the autopilot, and the right one is used for shifting the gears. Now let's have a closer look on the display. On the left side you will find all the information you usually would find in an instrument cluster behind the steering wheel. So there's information on the gear. If I push the lever into D, the vehicle realizes that we're not buckled up. If I go to reverse, the camera automatically opens. Then there's the speed and the range of the battery. And there's quite some information. You got the charge current, you can change this. You can schedule the charging. You can set charging limits easily. And it's very, very easy to use, and you directly understand where you are. Clicking on one of those buttons will open the trunk or the bonnet or the charge port. Then there are shortcuts for rear view camera, the charging level, like as if you click up here. And there is a shortcut to activate the voice control. Then there is a button for the windscreen wiper. Then there's information on my driving behavior. I can reset this here. And on the right side there's some information on the tire pressure. Since we're not driving, there are no values shown now. On the right side there's a large navigation map, which is like kind of a base screen. Then there's a shortcut to media. And right next to this, there is some more information on the vehicle, like energy consumption during the last 10 or 25 or 50 kilometers. The display has just gone into night mode because it is getting dark by now. Then there is an icon for calendar. If you click on that, you can connect a phone to upload the data or synchronize it. Then there is call. There you can connect the phone as well. We're going to have a closer look on this later on. Then in the upper right corner, there is a button to set up a profile. We're going to do this now. So click on profile and create driver profile. Enter the name, called screens, create profile. And then I'm asked to adjust my personal position for the mirrors. I simply do this via moving up and down the left button on the steering wheel. Same thing for the right mirror. The position is stored now, so I have to close it. And next I can adjust the position of the steering wheel by simply moving up and down the button on the steering wheel or tilting it to the left and to the right to move the steering wheel in and out. Then I click on save. So this is now the adjustment saved in my profile. And then that was it regarding the profile setup. Then in the lower area of the display there is a navigation bar that cannot be altered. In the central area of the navigation bar is the climate controls. We got the seat heating. And if we click on the little fan symbol, there comes a menu where we can adjust the intensity of the fans. We can switch on and off the air condition and change the focus of the ventilation. And of course we can change the temperature for driver and passenger or for both at the same time when clicking the sync button. Then we close this, and in the lower right corner there's a shortcut for demisting the screen, for defrosting the rear window, and there is a button to adjust the volume or to mute and unmute the music. So we're almost through with our little introduction of the display. Maybe one thing at the end. If you click on the Tesla symbol, you get some information on the vehicle. And then there are some Easter eggs like a crackling fireplace and so on, but we will have a closer look on them later on. But yeah, maybe there's one that we should try right away.
Fantastisch. Also das funktioniert ziemlich gut.